everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Donna, and this is Donna's Book Addiction. And yes, I do have an addiction. I buy more books than I can read them in the order in which I buy them. I accumulate them, but I'm slow to get to them and read them. But I love books. Love books. So I just celebrated a birthday. And I went out to have something to eat. Then I went to a bookstore. My husband took me to Barnes & Noble. I am not a big commercial store, bookstore buyer. However, it was my birthday. And he said, "What do you want?" And I said, "Take me to a bookstore." And I did. And I bought some books for my birthday. So now I'm going to show you what I got. And I enjoyed myself that day. Okay, so let's get started. Mysteries and thrillers. I'm looking for some of these books that I showed for Halloween. Looking in the horror section and looking for what I want. Oh yeah, they got quite a few books that I want, but I'm not ready to buy yet. So yes, I made some purchases for my birthday. I went to Barnes & Noble and signed up for a membership too. I don't know how often I'll use it, but I got it. So the first book I want to show you is Lovely One by Katanji Brown Jackson. As you all know, she was appointed a Supreme Court judge, and my book club, I believe, wants to read this for next year. So I went ahead and bought it now. Matter of fact, I think it was the last one on the shelf when I was in there. And whoo, this cost me something, but it'll be worth the read. And I don't need to tell you about this lady who's making history, Katanji Brown Jackson. So I'm not gonna go into detail about what the book is about, but I probably will post a review on my blog when I have read it. Next, I got the Ballad of Jacquotte, Delahaye. I hope I said that right. And it's by Briony Cameron. This is a novel, and I will tell you what this is about. I found this book to be very fascinating, so I'll tell you what it says. It says, "This is an epic, dazzling tale based on true events, illuminates a woman of color's rise to power as one of the few purported female pirate captains to sail the Caribbean, and the forbidden love story that will shape the course of history." So there you go. I mean, based on true facts, which I love, historical fiction, and it is an African American. And so, yes, this is something I just may suggest this to my book club. I'm not sure for next year's read, but it will get read, and I'm looking forward to it. Sounds really enthralling. So next, I purchased something from my Halloween edition video. I was looking for some some of those books that I even recommended on my channel. And I saw one I had to get, and that is The Reformatory by Tananarive. And she is an excellent writer. If any of you have read any of her books, especially her, the Blood Colony books in her series, they're very, very good. So anyway, The Reformatory, which is again based on some true fact. So The Reformatory says it's a gripping, page-turning novel set in Jim Crow, Florida, that follows Robert Stevens Jr., and I do believe that is her father's name, if I'm correct, as he's sent to a segregated reform school that is a chamber of terrors, where he seeks the horrors of racism and injustice for the living and the dead. And this is going to take some effort to, so I'm not sure when I'm going to add this to my reading, but I will. And it's going to be a deep subject that I have to prepare myself for, really, really. But I had to get it. I just had to get it. Tananarive is an excellent writer, so yes, that will get read. Now, that was all the books I got from Barnes & Noble. But before my actual birth date, I purchased some other books, and I'm going to show you those. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but I'm in Alabama, and it's warm. It's been in the 80s, but the sun has been, we have not gotten any rain, and the sun has been beaming, so it feels more like it's in the 90s, but man, it is holding on to summer. So I'm gonna get something to drink because my throat is getting dry, and then we're gonna get to these other books that I purchased. Be right back. Whew, okay, I'm back, and now let's get to these books. All right. So, guess where I've been? I went to Ollie's again. Ollie's. I'm loving Ollie's. If I could go to every Ollie in the United States, I'd be so happy. But anyway, last trip, I found 2 books. And one is These Ghosts Are Family by Maisy. And I know this is a pretty old book. I can't remember when it came out. These Ghosts Are Family centers on Abel and Vera Paisley, a working class Jamaican couple striving to build a better life for their children. Abel travels to London in the early 1960s in search of fortune. Instead, he sees an opportunity to escape the drudgery of his life by faking his death and assuming a new identity. Vera, now a widow, is racked with guilt over her husband's death and takes out her grief on her children. Whoa. Irene and Vincent. Okay, I'm going to stop there. See, I like to read a book without really knowing all the details, what's going on, because I get more surprise and elements in my reading experience. So if I already know, because sometimes these synopses and descriptions will tell you too much of what's going on in the book. So, and then I like to have an open mind. That way I can absorb what I'm reading in a personal sense. So if you've read this book, please let me know what you thought of it. And so, yeah, these ghosts are family. I'm going to take this big orange sticker off. Ollie's always got, but it's easy to take off. Thank goodness. All right, I'll show you my next book I got. So the next book that I found at Ollie's was, and this is a little out of my genre. However, the cover is so beautiful, and it's called Beast of Ruin, and it's by Ayana Gray, and I believe it says a sequel to Beast of Prey, but it's a series of them, and it's a signed copy. So, how much did I pay for this? Let me look. $2.99. And if I don't read it myself, I can gift it to one of my grandkids or niece or nephew. So it won't go to waste. And I can even sell it in my bookstore. But, so upon purchasing this, and this is fantasy, I do believe. I'm trying to see if it's considered fantasy. And yes, Beast of Prey is YA fantasy. So, if I choose to read it, I will sink my teeth into it. However, there are other books in the series. And let me show you. After purchasing this, I said, well, it doesn't make sense to read a sequel when there's other books. So, guess what I did? This is what I did. I went and purchased the first book in the series, and then this is the most recent, Beast of War. And isn't that cover very attractive? Now, I'm going to show you her first book, Beast of Prey, in paperback. It's gorgeous, and it matches the series, the other two. But I wish they would change the cover of the first one so they all match together. And then it would look just gorgeous on the shelf if they all were in sequence there. But yeah, I went ahead and bought the other two. So, YA fantasy. She apparently has gotten a lot of praise for the series of books. If you've read them or you know anyone who have, and whether they liked them, enjoyed them, please let me know. But yeah. Okay, moving on. Moving on. I also purchased, I told you I have an addiction. I wasn't lying. Okay, so now I purchased In Every Mirror She's Black by Lola Akinmade Akerstrom. If I messed it up, I apologize, but I just said, oh, that cover's gorgeous. And then I read a little of the synopsis of what it is about, and I will tell you. So, In Every Mirror She's Black. It was a Good Morning America buzz pick, as seen in Vulture, Essence, Good Morning America, The Independent, Goodreads, Pure Wow, and many more. A sexy, surprising series debut about love, loss, desire, and the many dimensions of Black womanhood. 3 Black women are linked in unexpected ways to the same influential white man in Stockholm, and they build their new lives in the most open society run by the most private people. Successful marketing executive Kimmy Adeyemi is lured from the U.S. to Sweden by Johnny van London, CEO of the nation's largest marketing firm, to help fix a PR fiasco involving a racially tone-deaf campaign. A killer at work, but a failure in love. Kimmy's move is a last-ditch effort to reclaim her social life. I'm going to stop there. So, this is considered literary fiction. It's got a lot of adult scenarios, talking about marketing. That's what I got my degree in, so maybe I could relate. So different things about the book attracted me in regards to my own personal life, so I'm hoping this would be a good read. So yes, that was one of my other purchases. Now I'm going to show you two more, and then I'll show you some other things I got. This book has been circulating around. I've seen other booktubers talk about it, but it's Holler Child. These are stories by LaToya Watkins, and she's the author of Perish, if you have read or heard of it. And briefly, I'll tell you what it's about. In Holler Child's 11 brilliant stories, LaToya Watkins presses at the bruises of guilt, love, and circumstances. Each story introduces us to a character irrevocably shaped by place and reaching towards something: hope, reconciliation, freedom. The appearance of a horse in a man's suburban backyard places, what else? Trouble with the police. A mother is forced into an impossible position with her son. And anyway, those are just a few of the themes of the stories within this book. And I think I could probably do a quick read of this because it's not that thick. It is what? I can't see, I put my readers on. It is only 206 pages. So, you know, maybe a story a day, a story a night. I think I could put that, tick this off on my reading list, let's say. So, yeah. Holler Child, stories by LaToya Watkins. And last but not least, and this came from a recommendation from other YouTube readers. It had quite a few people say, you've got to read this book, it's very good. So yes, I got it, and it's called What Storm, What Thunder. This is a novel by Marion J.A. Chancy, and I am so looking for, and as you all know, I love hardbacks. I'm a hardback person. I could have got this in paperback long time ago, but I was looking for a hardback and I got it. So anyway, What Storm, What Thunder is about at the end of a long, sweltering day as markets and businesses begin to close for the evening. An earthquake of 7.0 magnitude shakes the capital of Haiti, Port-au-Prince. Award-winning author Myriam J.A. Chancy masterfully charts the inner lives of the characters affected by the disaster. It is an expat and wealthy water bottling executive, with a secret daughter, an architect who drafts affordable housing structures for a global small-time drug trafficker. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to stop right there. It sounds like the character build up, the layering of characters in this story is what makes it probably enthralling and keeps your attention, and why it's getting the praise that it's getting. So yes, this came highly recommended, and I'm looking forward to it. And I may read it during Caribathon next year. So definitely. So if you haven't heard about it, please do your research, look into it. What storm, what thunder. So I showed you guys in one of my previous videos, my journal I started and what I was making. I told you I would keep you updated on its progress. Well, I got pretty far with it. And as you see, oh, my lighting in here is so bright. Isn't it pretty? It was a whiz to do it, a whiz. And here is one, if you try your hand at it, like I said, this was wallpaper from Dollar Tree. If you do decide to try it, do not take the adhesive off the wallpaper. I did, and when it wasn't lining up like I wanted it to, I had an issue, and taking it off is not an option. So I had to do away with one sheet of wallpaper. It was destroyed. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna use the wallpaper and I will not take the backing off. And it was much easier to work with, and I was able to glue the wallpaper just as it was in its original form. So that was what I did. Now the only thing I have left to do, when that paper holds so well on my my journal book, that I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to add some stamps. I got lots of stamps from the Dollar Tree that goes with the theme of the cover, and I will stamp a few pages in here with the maybe a bird or flowers or something that goes with the theme of the book. So, and then it's done. It'll be complete. I may add a pocket in here and maybe a bookmark, but come on, I enjoyed it. And so I made another trip to Dollar Tree, and I just have to show you this. I thought was so gorgeous. Oh, and I always buy two, just in case there's mess ups or make a mistake, or I could even make more than one out of this size. So I saw this gift bag at Dollar Tree. Now, won't that make a it looks quilted. It's the gray and gold. So I'm going to do another book journal using this, and I will show you my progress in that as well. So be looking. Yes. I haven't been telling you guys what I've been reading, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. And as you know, you have to go back I think back in May, I picked from my TBR jar. And I picked Holler. And guess what? Life has happened, and I kept putting it down. Not to say the story of this book isn't good. I'm still in character building, but I am, where am I? Like 40% into the book, and I've slowly been picking it up and reading. I didn't start from the beginning, which I thought I was going to have to do, which I said in one video, but I was able to, remember the characters and and continue where I was. I'm going to finish this book. I will finish it. And I am not going to pick another book to read from my TBR jar until I finish this. I'm going to be true to myself and wait. So, yeah. And I'm also reading Megger and Merle. And this is by Joy Ann Reid. This is a pick from my book club. We have a Zoom discussion every last Tuesday of the month. So I have to get going. Very interesting, very good. And it even has pictures in here. I don't want to take my book band off, but there are pictures in here. And I am, I want to say 60% of the way. So I'm going to try to finish this up definitely before Tuesday so I could participate in our book discussion. But I've had to stop and take a lot of notes. And you see my flags are in here. So, yeah, it is a lot of history. It's very educational. I didn't realize that Merle Evers was the first, well, she's Williams now, was the first civil rights widow, okay? And prior to Megger being killed, it was the event, the only devastating event which got national attention was the killing of Emmett Till. I'm watching Women's Movement on Hulu, and that is fascinating. Matter of fact, this book helped me to understand what was happening in the show that I'm watching on television. And like, for instance, Dr. Howard, I didn't realize, in Mound Bayou, which is where he resided, and he took in Miss Mamie Mobley Till. During the trial, it does not show, which I like, the killing of Emmett Till, however, but it does dig into the trial. It was when they brought her down to the South to be at the trial of the accused killers of Emmett Till, how they got off. And I'm still watching. The episodes are really good. But if you ever choose to watch the show, I recommend reading maybe this book prior to it, but I will have more discussion on this book when I'm finished, because I have a lot of beyond the book suggestions to go along with it. But this has my attention right now. So just letting you know. And finally, the other book I'm reading is an ebook, and it's called Catching the Con, and it's by Dominique Davis. Now, this book was I wanted in for review, and the author sent me the ebook, so I'm reading it for review. I didn't realize this is a series, and I'm reading the second book in the series. The first one's called Falling for the Mark. Now, the writing is very good in this book. Dominique Davis, so she has written a book prior to Catching the Con, but it is very well written. I like the characters. It's very interesting. So this woman and her daughter were con artists. I'm not going to say too much because it gives it away, but so her daughter doesn't want to do it anymore. And she has conned many men out of their money. But one of the men that she got his life savings from wants to go after her and wants to make sure she pays for what he did because it made him lose his reputation. He said the money he wasn't worried about, but you ruined my reputation. People don't want to have anything to do with me, because their daughter was 19 at the time. They had done their crime. And he goes to a private eye, and the private eye, he pays him to help him investigate her, track her down, see if she's got another mark, try to catch her, and have her locked up. I'm going to stop there. But it's got my interest, and I can't wait to find out how this ends, and if it's going to be a third book in a series, then it'll leave me hanging. Then I may have to get the third book. And I don't think I necessarily had to read the first one to know about this character and what's going on. But I'm going to say, this is somebody to look out for. And her name is Dominique Davis. So, Catching the Kind. Well, thank you all for watching my video. And I look forward to coming back again. And I'm going to have some bookish stuff that I purchased to show you. And some more books, of course, that I'm always buying books. So, and I do have a problem. I have an addiction. So, see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.